Right now, without thinking about it, you just took a breath. Your chest rose, your shoulders may have lifted slightly. Air came in through your mouth, filled the top of your lungs, and left again. You have done this roughly 20,000 times today, and almost every single one of those breaths was wrong. Not wrong in a way that kills you, wrong in a way that slowly, quietly makes everything harder. Your sleep, your focus, your anxiety, your posture, your heart, the way your face looks, all of it shaped, at least in part, by something you have never once been taught how to do. Breathing is the only autonomic function your body runs that you can also consciously control. Your heart beats without you. Your stomach digests without you. But breathing sits at the intersection of the conscious and the unconscious mind, which means it is the one place where your habits can override your biology. And for most people alive today, those habits are quietly working against them. Here is what is actually happening inside a typical breath. When air enters your body, it travels down your trachea and into your lungs. Your lungs are not balloons that fill from top to bottom, they are widest at the base. The bottom third of your lungs contains the majority of your blood-rich tissue, the part where oxygen actually transfers into your bloodstream. When you breathe shallow and high, using your chest and shoulders, you are filling the wrong part of the lungs. You are getting air, but you are not getting oxygen exchange at the rate your body needs. Researcher James Nestor spent years investigating this for his book Breath, one of the most rigorously sourced investigations into human respiration ever written. What he found was striking. Mouth breathing, shallow breathing, and overbreathing, breathing faster than your metabolic rate requires, are not neutral habits. They are physiological stressors. Each one triggers a low-grade stress response in your nervous system. Your body reads fast, shallow, mouth breathing as a signal of danger. And it responds accordingly, keeping your cortisol elevated, your muscles slightly tensed, your mind slightly activated, your sleep slightly disrupted. You are, in a sense, telling your nervous system that something is wrong. 20,000 times a day. The nose is not just a filter. This is where most people's understanding of the nose ends. It cleans the air, it warms it, it catches particles. All of that is true. But the nose does something far more significant that no one talks about. The nasal passages produce nitric oxide, a molecule that has a direct effect on your blood vessels, your immune function, and your brain. Nitric oxide dilates blood vessels, allowing oxygen to be absorbed into the bloodstream more efficiently. It has antiviral and antibacterial properties, and it plays a role in regulating the neural circuits involved in attention and memory. When you breathe through your mouth, you bypass all of this. You get air, but you skip the chemistry. Pulmonologist Jayakar Nayak at Stanford has studied nasal function extensively, and his research confirms that the architectural complexity of the nasal cavity, those turbinate bones, those winding passages, is not accidental. It is the result of millions of years of evolution optimizing the way air enters the human body. Mouth breathing, by contrast, is a relatively modern habit, linked to changes in diet, food texture, and jaw development that only became common in the last few thousand years. Your skull tells the story. Paleoanthropologist Daniel Lieberman, studying ancient human skulls against modern ones, noticed something that should have been obvious but had been largely ignored. Ancient skulls had wide, forward-set jaws, broad nasal passages, and straight teeth. Modern skulls, yours very likely, have narrower jaws, more crowded teeth, and a nasal airway that is often partially obstructed. The reason is not genetic. It is mechanical. When early humans ate tough, fibrous food, chewing exercised the jaw and facial bones continuously throughout childhood, producing wide, open airways. When humans switched to soft, processed food, that mechanical stimulus disappeared. The jaw narrowed. The airway narrowed with it. And mouth breathing became the default for a growing percentage of the population. This is not just an aesthetic issue. A narrowed airway means less airflow, more resistance, more effort per breath. It means a higher likelihood of snoring, of sleep apnea, of waking tired no matter how long you slept, of breathing through your mouth at night, which dries out the throat and airways, raises the heart rate slightly, and fragments deep sleep in ways you will never consciously notice, but your body registers every single morning. Now, here is the part that changes things. Breathing is trainable. The patterns your body has defaulted to are not fixed. They are habits, and habits respond to practice.